G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to another video. Now, the Steelers are making moves in free agency. This is crazy. I haven't seen this. I've been watching the game for I think about 20 years. Been real. I started really watching the game, became a super mega fan after like 2008. I think around that time when Debo Harrison ran back the football for a 99-yard touchdown. That's when I was like, man, I'm a Steeler. I'm black and gold through and through. And now our Steelers are continuing to make moves on both sides of the football, on offense and on defense. And our latest move on defense is re-signing Ahkello Witherspoon to a 2-year deal. So, according to Miss Anderson here, I'm told cornerback Ahkello Witherspoon is returning to the Steelers on a 2-year deal per league source. Now I'll take that because it just sounds smart. It was probably going to happen regardless of sources or speculation. It is the next step for this defense. We went out and got Miles Jack yesterday, middle linebacker, and I showed you guys how it was going to work with Highsmith and TJ Watt and Cam and Devin Bush. Now we're shoring up that secondary, right? So we still have, no idea if Joe Hayden's going to stay with the Steelers. He's been playing for 12 years now, but he's getting, a bit older in the legs. But signing Ahkello Witherspoon to one side of the field, we still have now Cameron Sutton, who can play corner. He can play outside. He can play inside too. And we have Arthur Mollett, who generally, he's a step down from both of those blokes, but he can play cornerback and he can play slot. He can play into some nickel packages too. So we have Ahkello, Sutton, and I think James Pierre still might be hanging around, but some fans like myself aren't a big, he needs to improve. James Pierre needs to improve quite a lot. So we've signed those blokes. Also, we brought in I think Levi Wallace signed with us too. So right now, even if we don't use Joe Hayden on the other side, on the right-hand side, right? If Joe doesn't come back to the Steelers, we have Ahkello for the 2-year deal. We have Levi Wallace, a former Bill, coming in, Sutton and Mollett. So we already have our 4 corners, right? And we know who's going to be the safety, which that's going to be Minkah. And what we don't know is the other safety. Will Terrell Edmunds re-sign with us? He's going out to free agent and trying to, find another team. We didn't pick up his 5th-year option. So what's going to happen with Terrell Edmunds? But this video isn't about Terrell Edmunds right now. This video is about giving congrats to Ahkello Witherspoon because he did quite well last year. There was a few times he got burnt early in the season when he wasn't starting. He got burnt for those long touchdowns. He didn't seem like he was acquired into the offense. He didn't seem like he fit. He didn't fit into the defense. He looked a bit lost, right? However, at the same time, our whole Steelers defense looked lost besides Haywood and TJ. Those were the only 2 guys really going after it. And then on the back end, Minkah was doing the cleanup work. So this defense is coming together by adding Jack, by bringing back Montravius Adams, and now shoring up one of the cornerbacks, Ahkello Witherspoon, to go out there and hopefully hold down the field. So hold down those receivers. As long as you can hold down your receiver and your man, if it is zone coverage or man coverage, I don't care what it is. Whatever your role is to do, if you can hold down your man, that gives TJ and Highsmith much more time to get after the quarterback and, go out there and break the sack record. It didn't happen last year because we missed out on 1 sack, but that doesn't matter, right? I'm excited to see now Ahkello Witherspoon. Sure, he still needs some work in some places. Like he did get burnt last year. But at the same time, in 2021, he was the leading Pittsburgh Steeler with the most interceptions with 3. And he started games near the end. I think he started 4 or 5 games at the end of the season. So he got better every single game. Now give him a true off season with the Steelers, a true off season now to work with the team. And I think he will excel. I think that he and Levi Wallace will start to be 1 or 2, depending who's going to win the cornerback matchup and the depth chart there. But I think it's a good move. I think a 2-year deal is a good move to bring him in. But what do you guys think so far? Do you think it's a good move? I think if we can shore that up, no matter what happens to Joe Hayden, if he does leave or stay, I think overall, Witherspoon is a solid play, and it's going to improve this defense. Like this defense, I keep saying will be top 10. All right. Now, Witherspoon's career stats. He has 56 games, started 36, and he's a former third-round pick. Okay. So his body of work, he used to be a 49. I think this is his fifth year with the Steelers. He's going into his sixth or something similar, right? Now, his body of work isn't too big. He hasn't started too many games, but I do expect him to start whether Joe Hayden comes back or not. If Joe's gone, definitely. It's going to be Wallace on one side and Witherspoon on the other, and Cameron Sutton and Arthur Millette will be fighting for that third spot and that slot corner role. Along with his body of work, Witherspoon, his career stats too, he has 132 tackles, 7 interceptions, and 33 pass deflections. Now, of those 7 interceptions, he had 3 in Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure he even had 2 in one game. I can't remember who he versed, what team he versed, but I know he had 2 in one game. So, yeah, I'm excited to see this defense expand because we all know how good Watt is. We all know how good Hayward is. Lualu is coming back. I think the reports out there, and we hope that Tuitt's coming back, right? Minkah can shore up the back end. Miles Jack and Devin Bush, Highsmith and TJ Watt on the outsides, Akilla Witherspoon on one side, Wallace on the other. Depending if Joe Hayden, it looks like Joe Hayden is out the door. By adding these cornerbacks, by re-signing a Witherspoon and bringing in Wallace, it looks like Joe Hayden might be out the door. And that's not a bad thing. It's not overly a bad thing. Like, he's been a great Steeler for 5 years. He's been playing in the league for 12. This defense is trying to get a bit younger. We want to get around that, average age 25, 26, going into their prime. And what will happen with Terrell Edmonds? I don't know. Does he go find another team, and do we bring someone else in? There have also been ideas and reports that if we bring in the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, then he could be a Steeler. And we do have a bit more money as well because we have let go. Zach Banner has been his contract been terminated, and also Schaubert's contract has been terminated too. So if that were to happen with freeing up more space and more cap room, if they bring in Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, to me, that top 10 defense it's done. It's going to be a top 5 defense. It's game over. If you bring in Mathieu into this system, with Terrell Austin being a specialized, cornerbacks coach, Mike Tomlin has always been defense, from his days back in with the Vikings, and Brian Flores with this linebacking core. If they bring in someone special at safety to match Witherspoon coming in and Wallace, and we say, thanks, Joe, but, we appreciate you, Joe, but thanks, mate, then this defense will be scary. It already is scary now, but it will be times 10 scary. Like, I would be more excited to watch the defense. I normally am anyway. I'm a defensive guy. But if they bring in someone at safety to replace Edmonds, this is going to go off the hook. It's going to be crazy. So, yeah, thanks, guys, for checking out another Steeler video, man. It's a good time. We're bringing it. We re-sign Witherspoon. Wallace comes in. The Steelers might make 1 or 2, big moves to go. And then we've got the draft coming up, right? We've got the draft. So, yeah, as always, guys, here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Also, guys, just a quick side note. I want to say thank you for all the people who are subbing in the last few days. It's been awesome. I've been trying to upload more content than usual. Man, this stuff is fun. This free agency thing is fun. Talking about the Steelers, the defense, the offense, the special teams, whoever. It's really fun. But yeah, I thank you guys for checking out the channel and hitting that sub. It's bloody awesome. It's so cool, man. But we are still on the road to 500. So my next goal is to get to 500. You should always have goals in life, and this is one of them now that I'm trying to achieve. So we're sitting on about, I think, 360 or something like that. I can't remember what we're actually on, but I think we're around 360. You guys are going great with the comments, the shares, the likes, that kind of stuff. talking about our team, talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and how we can go and get number 7. So yeah, we are on the road to 500. Once we get there, I can start to do more community posts, and I can be like, hey, did you think that the Juju signing here or with the Steelers was a good idea? Do you think we can go out and beat the Bengals here? Who should be our number 20th pick? Like, I want to get more involved in the community. That is the YouTube, and it's easier to do posts like that. And I'm pretty sure I've looked into a bit of research. You need to be about 500 subs, so then you can start to do community posts like you see on all the polls and all the big YouTubers have. I'm not there yet, but I'm chasing it down. I want to try and to get that 500, and then from there we'll see where we go. So yeah, thanks guys for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. I appreciate it lots, man. I really do. But the reason why I do this is because it's fun. Overall, I just want to have fun. And the moment it's not fun, I walk away. So every video I do that I talk about Ahkello Witherspoon, Joe Hayden, TJ Watt, man, I want to see this team succeed, and I want to have fun while doing so. So yeah, thanks guys for checking out Steeler Nation Australia. We're on the road to 500, and we'll get there soon. We'll get there. I appreciate you guys hitting that sub and coming back and saying hello. I really do. It's a good time, man. It's a good time. So yeah, thanks guys checking out Steeler Nation Australia.